Today I'll be showing you guys the best way to use individual instructions, which are new manager tactics. Not only that guys, I'll be revealing the best tactics and instructions for your defenders, midfielders, and attackers. But before we do that guys, you must understand what each instruction does.
So yes guys, this is the squad that I've been using this past week as I've been testing these individual instructions. Now right here you've got attack 1 and attack 2, which have the same set of instructions, having defense over here where a player is instructed to refrain from pushing forward during the attack. So if you've got your right back over there who's an attacking fullback, he will not push up the pitch. This defensive instruction is applicable to any player within your squad guys. And then over here you also do have attacking, which is basically the opposite, where the assigned player will push himself higher up the pitch than usual, unless this is a forward player. So you can't assign this to your left wing forward or your right wing forward guys. Third one we've got is anchoring, where the instructed player will restrict from drifting. Basically your center forward will keep to that central position, as well as your second striker, as you guys will see in the clips where I was playing with Chelsea and Nkunku. Once I switched on anchoring, he did not drift out wide guys. The defensive instructions over here guys, tight marking explains how the selected opposition player will be marked tighter up the pitch than usual. Space tends to open up as the markers track the opposition player. This instruction can only be set when in match. So these two, tight marking and man marking, can only be set when in match. Man marking, the instructed player will perform a tighter man marking on his target. Space tends to open up as the target tracks the opposition player they are marking. Now this is a very dangerous one because this will open up lots of space. If that assigned player per se be a DMF and he's marking one certain player, it will be very dangerous and you could be conceding lots of goals. Over here we also do have counter target within the defense 1 and 2. Now the instructed player will stay in the vicinity of the opposition box rather than dropping back. Usually over here I've seen this when I was using Vritz, he did not drop past the halfway line, which was actually very good when I was using defense 2, and ultimately that did lead him to providing an assist up front while basically playing a very defensive game guys. Now over here we also do have deep line, where the instructed player will drop back to a position that allows him to join the defense with ease. This cannot be assigned to a DF player. Can't assign this to your center backs at all. Deep line is not for your center backs or your right backs. And the moment you guys have all been waiting for, best instructions for each position. Kicking it off guys, we've got your attackers. Now the top two will be very best for center forward, your second striker, as well as your left wing forward. That is going to be anchoring as well as counter target. Anchoring whilst using Mudryk, I did not really much enjoy it because as the team did drop, he wasn't really helping with the defense, as well as my attack was not fluid whilst using Mudryk guys on that anchoring position, because it does tend to drift inside of the attack and basically depicts that he will not drift out of position. Very tricky instruction. I still have lots to learn about it, but I do think that counter target is the ultimate instruction for your forwards guys. This right here does help out when you are playing a defensive game. Not only that guys, Vritz over here, he did push up and basically mimic a second striker, which right here as you guys can see, you really can't play as a second striker with this card, but counter target enabled that, and then he pushed up the pitch where Messi over here dropped down, played a pass to him where Vritz was able to provide an assist. Not only that, he was actually scoring some crazy bangers, linking up very well over here with Cristiano Ronaldo guys. With this formation that I'm using here guys, I do have Gakpo, who's a winger, is actually playing as a left midfielder guys. And then we've got Vritz as the attack midfielder. We've got Ruben Neves over here as the center midfielder on that right hand side, and then we do have John Stones over here, who's actually a CB playing as a DMF, basically somewhat mimicking a 5 at the back, guys. He is a beast in midfield, guys. Instructions for your midfielders are going to be attacking and defensive when you are using attack 1 or 2. Attacking really enables your center midfielders to get involved in that attack. I did also test this out with Ruben Neves, playing him with this attacking instruction, guys, and he did push up the pitch and was involved in a few assists, guys. But other than that, even if you do have it turned off whilst playing an attacking game, Ruben Neves will naturally push up, guys, and get involved in that attack. Now, in terms of Gakpo, he is very effective as well up front. Nothing too bad to say, but this is going to be one for your left midfielders as well as your center midfielders and your DMFs, guys. Another very effective instruction over here when it comes to playing a defensive game with your midfielders, guys, is going to be deep line. Now, deep line, I did use it on Ruben Neves when playing a defensive game, that being defensive 1 or defensive 2, where Ruben Neves did drop back, guys, and actually was a solid wall in my defense over there, helping out John Stones in the defense over there, guys, where he would be on this left hand side or this right hand side helping out with the defense, guys. Defensive 1, I actually activated it when I was somewhat trying to get a comeback goal, so this is very effective if you're trying to get a comeback goal or if you are trying to preserve a lead, guys. When it comes to your defenders, guys, this can get very tricky, but over here I am actually using Danny Carvajal here, who's an attacking fullback. Now, naturally, he's going to want to push up the field. Now, if this is not what you want, you guys can assign defensive over here, guys. When you are playing your attack 2 and most of the other players are actually up the pitch, you can actually set him up as defensive, guys. Tight marking, I usually do love introducing it with defense 2, guys, and you're trying to preserve a lead, and let's see, you're 2-0 up or 3-0 up, or the score is actually very tight and it's 3-2. I do recommend turning on tight marking and using it against the opposition's center forward or second striker. That is going to make it very tricky for your opponent over there. Hopefully this did help you guys out in understanding these individual instructions, and if it did, guys, please help out the channel by leaving a like. But I will catch you guys on the next one.
And surely that settles it.